So, Splinter Cell Pandora Tomorrow is back on Steam. I instantly added it back to my library. I've been waiting on this for ages, and I'm happy to report it works really well on Steam Deck. Even though there is no official controller support, I've gone ahead and made a controller scheme for you guys to use on your Steam Deck. And so in this video, I'm going to show you how to set it up yourself in case you can't find my controller scheme in the community layouts on the Steam Deck, which we have had issues with. So this way here, you can just follow along and make the controls the same as mine and just follow along with the video. The game also supports the full resolution of the Steam Deck, meaning you can go into the graphic settings and set it and it'll fill the whole screen up and it looks really good. The only caveat with that is every turn you load into the game, you will have to re-click the resolution as it doesn't seem to stay saved for some weird reason. And the only other thing where I've had a few people complaining is that the game does require you to log into Ubisoft Connect. I just signed in and it was fine, but I can understand if you don't want to do that. But there is ways around that, but that is outside the scope of this video. This is primarily how to set up and use my controller scheme. So how to set it up and also how to use it if you've downloaded it off the community page on the Steam Deck. So without further ado, hope you enjoy this video and I will see you afterwards. Ciao. I also want to apologize for the amount of screen glare there is in this video, but hopefully you can see. Thank you.
Alright, so we're going to go through the controls here and how to set them up. So before we even launch the game, or after you've launched it, you can come back here and copy my controller scheme if you so desire. So we're going to go over to the controller here. I have made it, so you should be able to download it from the search on from the community layouts. But if you can't find it, this is a guide for doing it for yourself. So we're just going to load it up here and we're going to go through what I've done here. So we can click on that and we'll go through the buttons. So we've got the A button set as space key, E, R, and F on Y. We've got on the left bumper here, we've got two commands. So we've got wheel scroll, scroll wheel down, and that's just a normal click. And then for a long press, I've got keypad dash. So that is, if you're not sure what key that is the one on the numpad, this over here. So go ahead and do that. And that's and set as also a long press, okay? And then on R1, we've got the same thing. It's wheel up as a click and keypad plus as a long press. The idea is not to use any of the back buttons because I want this controller scheme to work on both Steam Deck and other handhelds, so I don't want to limit it by that. So our two buttons here, I've got this set as the tab key and this is the escape key. D-pad, we've got arrow, so up on the D-pad is arrow key up and long press is 1. Arrow key down is what that is, and 2, 3, and 4, but I've also got them all as long commands, okay? So if you're not sure how to do this, when you pick a thing, you go here and then we'll go add an extra command and then make it number 4 and then change it to a long press, okay? And then when we get into game, I'll go back into game, I'll show you exactly what that's doing. Triggers here is just left mouse click on the right trigger and right mouse click on the left trigger. Not much there we need to do. Joysticks, I've got the equals key as the right click. Joystick mouse. And on the left joystick we've got, it should be set as a directional pad and W, S, A, and D, and shift key is the click, okay? That's everything there. I'm not using the track pads here. I'm trying to stay away from them. And that's basically all you have to do to set the controls. All right. And like I'm going to say here, this is my control scheme. I'm going to, I don't want to delete it, but what we're going to do is I'm going to export it now share with the community, Splinter Cell 2, see my YouTube for a full guide, and that's what you're watching now. So we're going to confirm that. So now if you go here and we go to the community layouts, we'll go to search and then you put King. You should be able to find, yes, there we are. See my YouTube a full guide. So it's right here, 0 hours played, but hopefully we'll get some play time in. So that is how you should be able to find it and then apply it. Okay, well, now we'll jump into game.
And when you load the game up, here's the Ubisoft Connect thing that you've got to sign into. Unless you go on to the Steam community, you can find guides and patches to remove that.
See here, we are slowly loading in here. And you can see D-pad works. So one thing to pay attention of with this game is the widescreen works really well. But you do have to set it every time. But unfortunately in here, the A button is not going to work. So what I normally do here is you can either use the analog stick or your finger or the trackpad and just go into the options here. You're just going to do this every time you load the game up, go to video, click on this and just go down to 16:12 and save. And that's going to put you on nice widescreen every time. So we're going to load in here. And we'll go through how to set these in game. So this is still in the tutorial like early on, but what we'll do is we'll go through. It's quite dark, so hopefully we'll get to a bit more light over here. This should make it a little bit easier for us to set these controls. And as you can see here, I can go up to the wall, I can crouch, I can click the other analog stick and go against the wall.
Blueprints show an ornamental stream running beneath the entrance. Looks like a viable way in.
A little wet's better than a little dead. That stream's your way in, even if it means moving slowly to minimize your noise level. Fisher, be careful. This village is a walk in the park compared to what needs to be done inside the embassy.
Okay, so now that they're finished having a conversation, so what you're going to want to do is once you're in game here, we're going to have to set the controls. So you go here to the options, and of course you can change these if you have prefer different thing, and it's really easy to do here. So make sure this is set like how I've got mine set, and again you can use the trackpad, the analog stick, or your finger here. It doesn't always, the finger doesn't actually seem to work here, so we won't be using the finger, but yeah, you could use the trackpad otherwise. So make sure you've got these all set as up, down, left and right. And then crouch and stand up as shift. So to change these, what you do is you'd click on this and then double tap the trigger and then you'd push the button. So I'd click left thing and that sets that as shift. We've got zoom in as plus and minus, so that's your bumpers here. Now to set these, because those are long press ones, what you'd want to do is you go here, double click it, and then you'd hold that. See, and now it sets as a plus, where if I just tapped it, that would be mouse scroll up. So just something to keep in mind there. And then we've got here, back to wall is keypad 4, which we've got set to this, this click in. Okay. Left mouse for fire, right mouse, so your triggers. Binoculars on 1, so I've got that as on a, so you'll see here, if I do this, you'd go click on that and you'd hold that up and that will set it as 1. So space is my use equip, which is my A button, so again you just double click and push A. But you can set these in any order you want. So Y is my jump, interaction is E, so that's on my B, and then I've got reload on X. Rate of fire is on tab, which is this button here. So click that, do that. Whistle is on 2, which is down on the D-pad. And then night vision is on 3. And heat vision is on 4. And again, that's because I've got it set as a long hold, where it's normally, if you were just tapping it, it's up, down, left and right on your movement. So again, like mouse wheel down for quick inventory, you just tap that. Mouse wheel up, tap it. I haven't worried about previous weapon, you shouldn't need it. with the way that this is set up. I've knocked myself off the thing here. And then I turned the mouse sensitivity right down. And again, you could set on the back buttons the quick save and quick load if you want, which is probably worth doing, or you could just save here. Like, you just save here, you just push the menu button and go save game. You know, quick save's great, but you don't need it. So that is that. And then so what I'll do is I'll just quickly show you how that works in game. So for example, using your night vision here is holding the left, and then you push it again to turn it off, and then holding right would do that. Up is your binoculars. Now as you can see, you're like, oh, how do I zoom? I've set that to the bumpers here. So you hold the bumpers, will zoom you in and out. That reminds me, I do need to show you on the controller settings here, if you need to change them. Because of the way those bumpers are set up, you go your bumpers here, and as you can see, I've got it as keypad minus. You go here, settings, and I've got it set to turbo and long press repeat rate at 60, okay? And you can lower that and it'll make that zoom more smooth, but faster. So that's something to keep aware of. Okay, and then holding that will zoom it out. But these also have another reason for them. So in the PC versions of Splinter Cell, when you move, you see here I'm moving at full speed. If I now hold the bumper, that will slow me to a walk, the left bumper. So now I'm walking, and then I can hold the right bumper and speed back up. So that's their dual purpose. And they also, if you click this, will bring up your quick menu here. And so to use that, you click it once, it pauses the game, and you can switch between your items, and then you tap again. And then the right bumper just scrolls through everything. So you've got the option of just quickly scrolling through, or pausing the action and bringing up your menu and scrolling through what you want. Okay, and I think down is whistle. Yeah, okay. So A brings out your weapon, and then pulling the left trigger on the pistol changes your aim. But on other weapons, of course, it will do different things. And shoot is on your triggers. So that will put your weapon away. B is your interact, so that will be things like doors and all that. Y is your jump, of course. And X is, if I bring out my pistol, reload. Okay, so that's basically the control scheme down. And this works, I think, works pretty well. I spent a wee bit of time here trying to get this to work correctly. So we can go like that to go into stealth mode. And then I could do this to slow down my move. And I actually think without any mods, this game actually looks pretty good. But that'll do it for the controllers. What are you guys? Are you happy to see Splinter Cell back on the Steam Deck? Whoa, this guy is like walking right up to me. We want to shoot him? I don't think we're meant to shoot him in this mission.
Supposed to have any casualties. The mission's over.
So there you go. Thank you guys. Enjoy.